And I will ring the bell to start the meeting.
Ding ding.
I love that bell. All right. So next is the Pledge of Allegiance. Rodney, if I could ask you to lead us in the pledge.
Sure. Okay, I gotta stand up first. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the
of the
United
United
States
States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with
with
liberty
liberty and
and
justice for all.
Thanks.
man.
And last, yep. Question? Okay, Ted, if I could ask you to lead us in the four-way test.
The four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is
it fair to all concerned?
Third,
Will it build goodwill and better friendship?
will it be beneficial?
Beneficial to all concerned.
And number 5?
Have fun.
Fun.
Yay. Okay, stopping the share, coming back to everyone here. Thanks everyone for joining. Thank you to the ladies from Hawaii Says Hi. We'll be hearing from them in just a little bit. Let's see, a few announcements. Yeah, we talked a little bit about the Pauhana event, which is scheduled for Thursday, October 8th at Amaze in Hanapepe. It's going to be at 5:30. We're still figuring out menu and approximate costs, but if you do want to attend, I have several of your names down, but if you want to attend, you can always send me an email. And I will send another email out about that as well to everyone. And the one other thing I just want to mention is that Claude has been working with the folks at Habitat for Humanity. There's a woman who is the office manager at Window Trends who has been granted one of the Habitat homes. It's actually, I now know, lot 24. And of course, at Habitat for Humanity, the homeowners need to be responsible for some number of hours of work. And our club is going to contribute to some of her hours of work. And we're doing that, we're scheduled for October 17th. We're still working out the details, time-wise and everything. Excuse me. And they're looking at groups of 6 people. So we will be in smaller groups, but of course, there's nothing that says we can't do 2 groups. So there will be a sign-up sheet going out about that as well. So do put that on your calendar. That is October 17th, which is a Saturday. Any other announcements? Because I want to give the vocational folks as much time as we possibly can. Okay. Does anyone want to do a happy buck?
Sure, I do.
Okay.
I'm just very happy, as I mentioned to some of you in the beginning, I'm very happy that I get to spend half my year in the Northwest and the other half on the beautiful island of Kauai. And I'm very happy that I have 2 Rotary clubs, both that are happy to take my happy bucks. So my question would be, how do I do the happy buck here? Do I send it to someone?
That's going to post the link momentarily. You can do it through the donate button on our website.
Okay.
That's
Perfect.
how we're setting it up.
Thanks.
And actually, that does bring up another point. I know I wanted to pay my club dues that Craig had sent out. I wanted to pay those with a credit card. If you do want to do that, you just contact Craig and he'll get you taken care of.
Yeah. We'll use Square and get you in there.
Yeah, it's a nice, easy way to do that. Good morning, Danny. Oh, I should also recognize Danny and Roberta Charles, who is a past member of our club. I hope you all saw that over the weekend there was an article in the Garden Island about the project that they did in Kekaha, setting up a garden at one of the schools, and that was chaired by Danny and Roberta. So thanks for putting that.
Yeah, very good.
And Mike was a worker bee, I believe.
Hey, Mike.
There we go. Worker bee. Always good to have those. All right, Rodney, I'm going to turn things over to you. And you're muted, Rodney.
Blah blah blah. Okay, so I'm happy that the sun is peering through the window, and it's warm here. So that was my happy buck. Anyway, okay, so well, let's just start. So, a few months back, I was trying to think of things to do on for offsite meetings, and as I thought of this, well, getting my coffee over there at the warehouse, I had this idea when I looked towards HawaiiSaysHI shop. Saw Kristy there and decided to come in and check out their shop and asked her if she would do a virtual offsite meeting. So, so in a way, introducing Ariana and Kristy, is that correct? Mm-hmm. And they can go take it from there.
Right. So, like Rodney said, we are in a warehouse, and in about, what time is it? Very soon, Teru, who runs Kind Coffee, is going to be pulling up the doors. So we might have to pause just momentarily because it becomes really loud because we're in a warehouse. Once the doors are up, we're all good. But we will do our best to communicate what our shop is about. I guess to begin, we opened about mid-2018, pre-COVID, all of that. Our initial goal was to create a space combining our skill sets and offering basically functional beauty. That was very important for both of us. Functional beauty for our homes. And both of us have backgrounds in art, design, and along with our husbands. My husband's a screen printer, and Ariana's husband has massive skills in woodworking and building out for us. So we did all that, and then come COVID times, obviously everything got shut down. We're not an essential business. It caused us to really pause and rethink, what are we doing? We both have a lot of kids between the two of us, and wanted to offer something that was essential for our own community. And so this kind of jump started us both in moving spaces within the warehouse, as well as offering Kauai's first refill station on cleaning supplies. But not just any cleaning supplies. Is very important to us to offer cleaning supplies that are non-toxic and just good for our waterways, knowing everything ends up in the ocean and the land eventually. And we'll take you in that little room to show you how that all works in just a few minutes. But do you want to add to that at all?
No, just if there's any questions at this point, maybe.
Yeah, please let us know too. If you guys have any questions, feel free to interrupt or pause us. But so expanding on that idea of functional beauty for our homes, we were thinking how to best take care of, how we can help our community best take care of our homes and our own ohana. And so pretty much everything in our shop now falls under this umbrella of sustainability, sustainable living, and really encouraging both ourselves and everyone on island to become more conscious consumers, if that makes sense. Not, obviously we know with living out in the middle of the Pacific, anything gets cut off from the island. I think that's been brought to our attention before, what happens at that point. Even seeing the toilet paper running out of stock continuously at Costco. So all that to say, I think if you have any questions, you can ask otherwise, we'll give you a little tour and walk around our shop. Does that sound okay? Good with that? Okay. So I'm sorry if this is a little shaky. We're holding the phone to do this, but I got to figure out the best way to walk you around here.
So is there any questions so far?
I think they would just,
Okay.
we're assuming you'll interject if you have any questions. Yeah. Otherwise, at the very end, you can too.
Yeah, Rotarians are shy, so if they have questions, they'll.
So
Oh, there you go.
how did you
Thank
come
you.
up with your brand name?
Brand, that's funny.
How's our husbands?
I know. This is actually, both of our husbands are the ones who actually really initiated this whole shop at the get-go. And we were kind of along for the ride, and they have since exited the business and we took over. But Hawaii Says Hi was just sort of a play on words of, obviously it's the abbreviation of the state of Hawaii, and just a friendly greeting and just kind of a catchy phrase. Would you add to that at all?
No, and initially too, we were really trying to support artists in our business before we moved. After COVID, we were really looking for just different artisans and different companies to carry across the islands. So it was,
Right.
Aloha is everywhere in a lot of shop names, whatnot, obviously for good reason, but we just decided in our name that Hawaii Says Hi would be appropriate as well.
I cleared that up.
Thank you.
I will just throw in a comment. They do have a website, which is HawaiiSaysHI.com,
Yes.
and you can see all the information out there. A question you brought up about like the great toilet paper shortage of 2020.
Yeah.
With regards to these cleaning products, they are all natural.
Yes.
Are they made on Kauai or are they being shipped in?
Right now, they are being shipped in. We did some extensive research trying to figure out what is the best possible option where we can get this in bulk. And regardless, whether it's, even if it were us making it ourselves, unfortunately, we'd still be having to figure out raw materials, which still would be shipped in. And weighing out all these different options, we've finally come to a pace where we've been honestly very surprised at the positive feedback and the demand for this. So we're ordering in much larger quantities now than we've had before, trying to solve the problem of ever running out. So it's a learning curve for us for sure, but our hopes is to order and run it in such a way that it's a continual supply and it's not a problem to like run out.
And in the meantime, we are talking with a lot of different, we have Auntie Debbie at the warehouse that we have been speaking with about doing dish blocks. So we're kind of always looking for that. But at the moment, we just want to make sure that whatever company we are ordering from, it matters to us that it is made in America at this point and the standards to which it is made. And so this product right now is made, everything is made in Michigan. And then another one is made primarily in Austin, Texas. So that's just been something we've been weighing in, is like, yes, it would be ideal to not have to ship it in from the mainland, but we want to make sure it is American made and made under good standards. So.
And that also kind of brings up a good point of the umbrella that we kind of weigh everything against when whatever we bring into our shop, because we both are makers ourselves. There's certain items we do make in-house or someone in our family makes in-house. We love it as much as possible to carry on island or Hawaii made products, and then American made. But the key thing for anything else is that it's fair trade and encourages and supports the whole idea of sustainable living. So those are sort of like our markers of, we don't want to just grab and fill our shop with anything cute or beautiful, but it really does matter as much as we want to be conscious consumers, being conscious and ethical in the way we run business as well. So those are our goals, I would say.
And just to add, I've never been in a Rotary Club meeting, but I really liked your 5 points. And I feel like that would be something, I mean, we don't have that written down per se, but I think that those same kind of things, they're really important and relevant to ask yourself when you're purchasing. How does this affect the community you're in? How does this, you know, what are the impacts of the choice we're making? And does it, I really enjoyed that. So that was I liked the way that you guys had those clearly written down and you just kind of weigh your decisions off of that. And that's what's been really nice about having the two of them, is we're able to have an idea and bounce them back and forth, and having that camaraderie of like keeping accountability and not kind of getting off track. So,
Well, and the four-way test is something Rotary instituted many years ago. I think it was in the 20s that they really formalized that. And it like you said, it's a good guiding principle. It's not really intended just for Rotary meetings. Obviously, this is for how you live your life, and it is. Yeah, it's a great question to ask. And the one that I know for me, the one that I always come back to is, will it build goodwill? Because it's easy to do things that, you know, make me happy, but that might not necessarily be in that area of building goodwill. And of course, we have the fifth one, which is also important, is that you got to have fun. Yeah, so that's always good. Another question, and do you have, or have you thought about moving into what I'm going to call pesticides, but like pest control and weed control and stuff?
we haven't thought of that yet, but that's a really good thing to kind of put on the list. But yeah, I know we haven't yet, but that would be a really.
There was just an article in the Garden Island today about banning a chemical on, I forget what the chemical's called now, but you know, again, like you said, everything ends up in the ocean. So we go out and spray stuff on our garden and it's going to end up in the ocean. So yeah, if there were sustainable ways for that, and you know, organic gardening is also a big thing. So that'd be really cool.
We have a really, really small garden section that we're working on, but yeah, that's a great idea. And I'll definitely put that in the notes to kind of eventually look into.
Yeah, I know once you start stepping into this world of low waste living or sustainable living, we're learning so much as we go, of like, oh, you go a little deeper and you learn so much more, and then it sort of shifts the way you want to live in all these other areas. But so currently our main refills is on all your basics of dish soap, hand soap, all-purpose spray, floor cleaner, laundry, and then we just started moving into shampoo, conditioner. We have the most amazing soaps, like Ariana said, that's made out in Kekaha by our friend Auntie Debbie. So we're always excited to share all these good things we're finding.
Anyone else have questions? I've been monopolizing the questions, but other guys, feel free to jump in.
And I'll share one thing too. One of the other really important components of this business was it's been really special to be able to, I know a lot of small businesses have had to shut down, and this has been an opportunity. You know, you always try to look at the brighter side of things. I know COVID's been really hard for a lot of people, but there's also, you know, a good flip side of everything. And it's been really neat watching the community build at the warehouse, and to be able to come together and support each other as small businesses, even when there is a lull, and to see that there's a gentle transition from a too heavily weighed economy that relied too much on tourism. And it's just been a real blessing to be able to see this, to support each other, to encourage each other as small businesses. The warehouse in general has been it's been great to work together because we can do that. Because the whole initial was just to have the overhead a little bit lower so that small businesses could kind of take a shot at what maybe their dreams were. Or there's a lot of talent on the island, but the opportunity is sometimes hard just because of how expensive real estate is. And so it's been a really special part of all of this, just to continue to grow. Everyone's in the warehouse, all these little shops are continuing to do little things to grow, even in the midst of somewhat of a recession. So it's been really encouraging. So the community of it has been great. So.
I think that was initially mentioned, but just in case you didn't know, we're inside Warehouse 3540, which is technically Kalaheo, but known as Lawai. And just invite you all to come in if you never have been, because there's more than just us in here. There's a number of little shops.
Really good coffee.
The best coffee on the island. Tayru's here now. But if this is a good time, we'll walk you around our little space and kind of show you. I'm gonna see if I can flip.
I'll vouch for the coffee.
Oh
I
yeah,
know,
coffee.
it's our favorite.
it's so good. I'm gonna see if I can maybe flip. Oh yeah, I can. So
Maybe you
I'm
give
gonna-
the tour, and then if you want me to talk about that.
Okay. I'm gonna flip you so we can like follow one another. Do you want me to follow you?
You show it, and
Okay.
I will. No, I'll just talk.
Oh, we're not. Oh, gotcha. Sorry. Okay, so these are our front doors that are shut right now. But I'm gonna pretend like if you were to come in here, this is the first thing you would see. That is Clean Kauai is the little portion of our shop that has all the refill stuff. But walking you this way first. This is all textile stuff, some skincare, textile. This is kitchen, scrubbies, all kinds of different scrub brushes for kitchen, but it's all plastic free. That's important to us, that falling under the sustainable living. Candles, soaps by Auntie Debbie, the best soaps ever. Should we go? We'll take you this way and then we'll go in the clean after. The papale are made by this girl on Oahu and very talented at weaving those. It's all out of coconut. More candle, textile stuff, and then everything over here is jewelry that Ariana and I make by hand. Going on. And then there's some woodworking stuff. These puzzles are actually made by Ariana's son. Very talented boy. He's 14 and makes all the puzzles. Fair trade hand towels, Turkish towels. Okay, we're gonna take you into what we have named Clean Kauai now. Can I follow you in there? And then Ariana's just gonna kind of like walk you through this zone.
So how it would work is we offer glass bottles that you may purchase that have, we have labels of dish soap.
Oh, hold on, we're gonna pause a second. Sorry.
Can I just say something while you're paused?
Right, Keith.
Go
I
for it,
just
Keith.
want to comment that as a person that was in retail and display for 50 years, you guys have done a terrific job setting up your shop.
Some of you may be looking at that space saying, it looks vaguely familiar. And that's because that is Shannon's old space. Shannon, who is an honorary member of our club. So if you've been to the warehouse and have seen Shannon's space, that's what we're looking at.
Did we lose them?
I didn't mute them.
I think their truck is coming in, so they're muted. Yeah.
Okay, we're good. Sorry about that.
Okay, so how it works is we offer bottles that you can purchase and refill, or you can bring in any container from home. Sorry, I just ran out of breath. Or you can bring in old plastic jars from home. I have aunties coming in with their old Windex bottles to come and fill up from here, so you're not throwing the bottles into the landfill.
So like Air said too, the idea more is that you reuse. We're trying to reduce what is ending up in the landfills. So whether you have plastic bottles already, glass ones, we do not care. encouraging refilling.
Yeah, I've seen the best new uses for any sort of Costco nut container. People will come in and fill that with hand soap to go home or with laundry pods. And it's a great upcycle of all the large containers that we get at Costco.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is per ounce, and we worked really hard at trying to make it as affordable as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And just to give you an idea, one of these boxes.
Here, we'll show you what's behind. We didn't like how ugly these were sitting here, so we made this cover, but this is a 5-gallon box, okay, of the product.
And that, by the time we use this keeps 40 of this size plastics from going into the landfill. So it's a really substantial amount that is, once if we get in a habit of even refilling one of your cleaning products, it makes a substantial impact on the island. So.
And then here, scoot out of the way. I'll just show you. This is sort of like a sign that you would see when you come in, and it tells you the steps of how to do this. You choose your container, will help you weigh it. So you're only paying per ounce of what you refill, and then you check out. It's pretty simple. But you have dish soap, hand soap, all-purpose, floor, there's liquid laundry, and glass. That's currently what's in our refill. And then beyond that, there's this.
We have hand sanitizer.
This is from Kaloa Rum
Yeah,
Company.
it's all made at Kaloa Rum. These are great, non-toxic, but work really well. I have 5 sons and a husband that works construction, and I was very leery. But one of these pods, there's no microplastics. It doesn't have any toxic if you have runoff. If all of your laundry or gray water is going into your banana patch or something, it's clean. And you throw one of these pods in.
It's a laundry pod.
It works amazing. But I'm really excited about this because when this ships to us, as opposed to the big plastic containers, I have 6 kids, so I use a lot of laundry soap. And this makes a big difference because even though I still would always buy the Costco big containers, I still have a big container afterwards that you can only use so many for water jugs or whatever for the beach. But the way they ship it to us, they ship 800 pods in one box, and that's all the packaging. So it's really great for the island to have minimal shipment in, minimal waste, and then it's a great product. So.
Mm-hmm. Other than that, there's shampoo conditioner over here, both in bar form. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but some people love that. And then liquid form, which you can bring in your own container again to refill. These are what dish blocks are this is obviously in cardboard right now, but you would go like this once it's wet and use it on your dishes in lieu of liquid if you'd prefer. And I know, sorry, I'm putting it on you. But other than that, there's a lot of little odds and ends produce bags, just trying to help cut down on plastic waste. These are lovely linens for your kitchen. Wool dryer balls are kind of interesting. I don't know if you've ever seen those, but using 3 to 4 of these in your average load size or 6 up to 6 in a large load size will actually cut down on your electrical cost because it's wool, it absorbs the water so much more quickly, and then it's cutting your drying time along with softening your clothes rather than using dryer sheets. And those can be reused like thousands of times. I've never had mine go bad yet. So yeah, that's kind of the scoop on us. And do you guys have any questions so far about this little space? This is like our newest baby, but we're super excited about it. And one other thing to mention too, we just got into Kilauea's Farmers Market. So on Saturdays, we bring just the refill items up there because so many people have come down from the North Shore telling us, I wish something like this was on the island up on our side. And we just didn't realize what we really started being because there's nothing like this on the island yet. It's very encouraging to see such positive feedback with it. So we're trying hard to start. We can't do it all, we know, but just being able to serve that side on the weekends. And then I think all you guys south side, we're right here, right around the corner from you. So
another thing we had kind of thought about is in the case, we hope not, but if there was another shutdown, this is the kind of thing that we could provide to people. Like we could have, you know, you could give us your bottles, we could fill them up, make sure you have cleaning supplies and don't have to go to Costco or somewhere and leave the house if you don't want to. So it's just one of those things that we really felt good about having a necessity item, and that's really effective, but also not going to fill your home with chemicals, and the island as well. So.
And the containers you sell, they're glass, they're not plastic, yeah?
Yeah.
Good, thank you.
And then we also have like a little collection of our old plastic bottles that we give to people when they come in. Because
I know some people just want to test like a little bit of it. That's the nice thing, is you can literally buy 2 ounces if you'd want, just to try it and see if it fits with you, or
I just want to let the ladies know that they're being recorded. So if you guys need to use maybe.
I missed that, sorry.
Anyway, they're being recorded.
Okay.
all good. Shoot us your questions.
Yeah, I just have a question. Do you have samples? I know you sell the small sizes. That is, are there like?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, are there little samples that we can get or try?
We have the 2 ounce bottles. That's what we sell the hand sanitizer in. But you could always do that in lieu of a large size, or you can literally bring in your own bottle and buy just a tiny bit. I'm going to actually flip you and show you how this works with our pricing, because it might make more sense. Where this is our refill pricing. So for instance, with all-purpose spray, it's 17 cents an ounce.
I'll show her the size.
And then if you were to buy a bottle like this initially, it would be $2.72 to refill this bottle each time you need to refill it. Or if you bring a larger size bottle, like twice as big, it's $5.44 to refill. Does that help you understand a little bit with pricing? Okay.
It's good prices.
We try. It was very important to us that our own community can afford it too. Yeah.
I think you're muted still. Oh, no, you're not. Never mind.
We're muted. Okay. Are there any other questions?
Just a comment. I concur with Keith from Washington that your setup is very nice and nice inventory, and I'm gonna let my wife know what you got. So she can
Thank you.
Thanks
I know we kind of starting this. I have to say Ariana is the master of setup, but it's important to us to have functional items, but that doesn't mean it can't be pretty. That's kind of like we love to make beauty out of things that are necessities too.
That is an amazing statue behind you, by the way. Is it a bobcat?
It's a cougar, Washington State
A cougar of, oh, sorry. Okay, I was like, wow, that is awesome.
Gotta remember that one next time.
I love it.
That's one of Craig's cats. He just pets it every night.
One of his little kitties.
Well, thanks so much, guys. It's always, like you said, great to hear about a business on the island, but I think the idea of the sustainability and the environmental friendliness is really important. Because, I mean, anywhere you are, eventually the stuff ends up in the ocean, but I think here we get a much more direct impact of it. And I think we've all seen that there have been articles in the paper that with the pandemic, one of the things that has happened is some of the coral reefs are really coming back and all of that.
Yeah.
It is because we're disturbing them less. So, the more that we can lessen, that didn't even make sense. But the more that we can minimize the impact that we have on the environment, the better. So yeah, it's really cool. I think we'll stop by. We'll grab some of this stuff and see. The other one that I was thinking, when you were talking through all of this, I was thinking, this would be a great opportunity if someone had a vacation rental.
Yeah.
Granted, I know vacation rentals kind of problematic right now, but if you did, it's a neat way of kind of tying things in. When I first moved here, I rented a condo over in Poipu, and they did have locally sourced shampoos and stuff. And I thought that was really kind of neat because it's all just that tie-in again and keeps everything really, really interesting and neat. And I have some other folks that I will definitely refer your way because it's yeah, the sustainability is really key. All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
What, by the way, what are your hours?
So right now we're open Tuesday through Saturday, and on weekdays we're open from 10 to 6, and then on the weekend it's 9 to 3. But all of that's on our website. We try to keep it very updated with any changes, but that's our hours right now.
Rick,
yeah.
Have you ladies approached any of the cleaning services or the property management companies where you could sell them a little larger quantity, maybe at a small discount? I know you're keeping it tight, and I understand.
No, yeah. No, that's something. So this is something that we've actually wanted to do for about 10 years, but we've never had the opportunity. And my husband and I were in the business of vacation rentals. So that was one of the reasons that you brought that up. Like we really, really wanted to make sure that we're being wise and good stewards of the island while having guests and not just throwing these little plastic bottles away all the time, to be able to refill them. And so, yes, we have gotten the cost so low. We initially wanted to offer common INA on everything, but we realized we're not making any profit if we offer it on the cleaning supplies. However, we have been offering a discount to, if you can show us that you have a cleaning company, if you do have a rental company, that we do, in fact, we can offer you a smaller, just a discount to encourage the use of the refill product. So yes, that's something we really would like to. At this point, we have to make sure we're not overextending ourselves, because we are small. It's the two of us. She has 3 kids that are homeschooling. I have 6 kids that I homeschool. So we try to keep the balance of family first and then this business. And so it's been so fun, but it's also a definite balance. So, but yeah, that's a great idea. That'd be, to get it into more companies and selling it larger quantity would be good.
So on behalf of the vocational service, I want to thank the ladies, Kristy and Ariana. And I also want to plug that Ariana's husband, or actually their family, owns the Hawaii store, and maybe we can get this next virtual offsite meeting there.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I've heard
Thank you so much,
guys.
Yeah, thanks so much. And
thank you.
Yeah, we'll stop in. Thanks.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, guys. 20 minutes of your day back. Look at that. Enjoy Pauhana on Thursday of next week, which is October 8th. Believe it or not, it is October. And we will have our next regularly scheduled meeting on October 14th. And at our regularly scheduled meeting, we will be inducting Waylon into the club. Yay.
Hey, Waylon.
Yeah,
All right. Any final thoughts, folks?
Oh.
All right. Aloha.
Oh.
Guys.
Cheers.
Bye.
Aloha.